taking home a silver medal for junior individual website from Shorewood, Wisconsin.
Oh, I loved watching that. A local student last week took second place in the nation in the National History Day competition in Washington, D.C. Her project is about the Supreme Court's role in partisan gerrymandering. I know, it's like you got to go back to school
like,
to
wait.
figure out what that was. We first met this young lady a few years ago when she was a kid reporter for Scholastic at the Iowa caucus.
Yeah, we are thrilled to welcome back Lilian Jochmann to the Yellow Couch. Good to see you again.
Thanks for having me. It's great to see you too. Thank you so much.
Second place, that's huge.
I know, I'm so excited.
How many kids in total competed?
Well, 3,000 competed at the national level,
Okay.
and 600,000 started off from nationally and internationally.
Wow. Yeah. Second place among 600,000 people then, really. That's how you can look at it. That's incredible. Talk a little bit about your project, why it was interesting to you as a 14-year-old to talk about partisan gerrymandering.
Yeah, so yeah, you know, I was here for the Iowa caucus. I reported on the Iowa caucus, and that's when I last came here, and that was kind of what sparked my interest in like government and elections. So when
the morning blend?
Yeah, the Iowa caucus. And so I kind of knew I wanted to do something for National History Day that had to do with government and elections. So I had read about partisan gerrymandering in the news. We actually have a Supreme Court case that is from Wisconsin. It's going to either be decided on today or next week.
Okay.
So very exciting. And I didn't really know what it was, but I knew it had to do with elections and maps. And so I looked it up, kind of learned a little about it, and kind of liked the topic because it's very complicated and I wanted to do something that was a challenge. So I talked to my teacher and I'm like, look, I don't know if this is historical enough, but I really like the topic. He's like, partisan gerrymandering is as old as the United States. Like, this is a perfect historical topic. So
for kids out there and some adults, explain what partisan gerrymandering is.
Yeah, so basically how I like to think of it, state legislatures draw district lines every 10 years after the census. And when they do this in a way that specifically benefits their political party, it's called partisan gerrymandering. And so the Supreme Court has said that partisan gerrymandering, when it's extreme, it can be unconstitutional, but they actually have never ruled a partisan gerrymander unconstitutional because they don't have a standard to define when it's extreme. And so we have two partisan gerrymandering cases at the Supreme Court right now, one from Wisconsin called Gill v. Whitford and one from Maryland called Benesick v. Lamone, and it's either going to be decided on today or next week, and it might be the first time that a partisan gerrymander is unconstitutional.
Are you like following by the minute, like online?
Yeah, no,
I feel like you're very passionate about it.
I am. So like all the weeks, so it comes out, the Supreme Court decisions come out each Monday in June. So, but you don't know when each one's coming out. So I was like following like a live stream of it. Like they're like, okay, now this one just came out. I'm like, okay, come on, gerrymander, like come on.
Other kids are
parents, I know, Fortnite.
And you're watching for partisan gerrymandering.
Her parents are like, oh, we did it right.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of unusual.
Talk about the button swapping going on, because you've got a couple medals here, because you've got one for nationals and one for state.
Yeah, this one's nationals. It's the silver.
The silver.
Yay, that's awesome.
And this one is for state.
Awesome.
That's fantastic.
And these buttons are actually, we pin trade at nationals. And so each state and territory and country that comes brings their own individual pins. And you get your pins and you trade it for their pins. And so it's a great way for kids to talk to each other about like, hey, what state are you from? I'm from Wisconsin.
What did yours look like?
Mine is right down here. Let's see. It's a little small one that says "We Heart Cheese."
Oh, there it is, green, right here.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, yeah, that's wonderful.
Mine's little one. Yeah,
right there.
And I got all 50 states. I don't have them
We
all
Heart
here,
Cheese.
but yeah.
Oh, people I bet loved that one.
Yeah, it was so fun. It was so fun.
I bet everybody wanted one from Wisconsin.
Whenever I'd be like, you have one from Wisconsin, they're like, that's the cheese one, right? I'm like, yeah. So that was very fun.
What was it, because you love history and it's obviously like politics and you follow it, for you, I'm sure being in Washington, D.C. was sort of like, you know.
Pretty cool.
No, definitely.
Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it was so amazing to be in DC. So I went, like, I've been to DC once about 6 years ago. So I was like 8 years old. Yeah, I don't really remember much of it. So this time I was there for 4 days. And so on Tuesday, we just biked, so that wasn't that. But on Wednesday, we went into D.C., so we toured the Capitol building. We didn't go into the Supreme Court, but we saw the Supreme Court, because that's kind of my project, is a lot about the Supreme Court. So that was kind of fascinating. We went to the Portrait Gallery. We visited Georgetown, which is where I might want to go for law school someday, because it's like in the epicenter of like politics.
So I was going to ask, what do you want to do when you get older?
That's what I want to know too.
Well, I'd still love to be a TV anchor. I still have not abandoned that dream, but also I feel like as I keep getting exposed to more things, it just keeps spreading out everywhere. Now I think it would be really cool to be a Supreme Court justice too.
Wow.
So I kind of all over.
You should do it all.
I'm kind of all over the board. Yeah.
By the time you can be a Supreme Court justice, there might be like some sort of like live stream on Supreme Court justice.
Yeah.
So you'll be like on camera and doing it at the same time.
Could be. Could be. Yeah.
So great to see you again.
Yeah,
You
it was
stay
great.
In touch with us.
All right.
And follow all
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Exciting progress in your future, which is absolutely fantastic. And thanks for representing our state so well.
Thank you so much.
Proud of you. It's great. Up next